There's that old familiar school bell, and every great school has a great fight song, and I choose to use the University of Idaho's fight song. Say it with me, say it loud, say it proud. I-D-A-H-O. Idaho, Idaho. Go, go, go. That's right, you listen to an inspirational, exceptional, motivational episode of Connecting My Life. I'm your host, my name is Paul Everts. You can reach me at my email address, which is BAND2together@Comcast.net. Also, go to our handsome website, which is conductingmylife.com, conductingmylife.com, where you'll see I'm an author. I'm a speaker, trainer, coach for the John Maxwell team. Hire me. I'd love to come out and be with you. I'm recording this at 2:05 p.m. on the 26th of March. You are listening to this probably sometime in April. Before I go on, hey, University of Idaho, way to fill in for the Yale pep band during the NC2A March Madness. Also, it's kind of interesting to see that University of Idaho is hosting in the city of Spokane, Washington. So that was an interesting thing to see too. But I love you, University of Idaho. I love you, I love you, I love you. Our son and daughter, proud alumni of University of Idaho, as is our beautiful daughter-in-law. She also is a proud alumnus of the University of Idaho in Moscow, Idaho. I love you. I love you. I do want to see, though, Celebrate America someday. I did send you a little message saying, hey, I love the multicultural stuff. Could you do a Celebrate Idaho or Celebrate America weekend? That would be cool. Because I know it's just like, hey, that's pretty xenophobic and all the other stuff. No, it's not. It's just something to think about. All right, I'm recording this again on March 26, 2024. It's 2:07 p.m. California time. We are working on John Maxwell's book, Winning with People, principle number 6, which simply says, the big picture principle. The entire population of the world, with one minor exception, is composed of, are you ready? Others. You got it. Albert Einstein said, a person starts to live when he can live outside himself. Albert Einstein. So the question I must ask myself, and you should ask yourself, is, do I have a hard time putting others first? That is not hard for me. I will answer the question since I'd like you to answer it. No, it's not hard. I mean, I'm a teacher. Teachers tend to put themselves last. They put their students first. I mean, the amount of time that teachers give to their students outside the classroom in preparation, correcting tests, it's amazing what teachers will do. So, do I have a hard time putting others first? No, I don't, actually. So, when it comes to winning with people, everything begins with the ability to think about people other than ourselves. That is the most basic principle in building relationships. Dr. Maxwell knows that may sound like common sense, yet not everyone gets the big picture or practices unselfishness. Instead, too many people act more like toddlers do, whose perspective is someone like this. This is what a toddler thinks. If I like it, it's mine. If I can take it away from you, it's mine. If I had it a while ago, it's mine. If I say it's mine, guess what? It's mine. If it looks like mine, it's mine. If I saw it first, of course it's mine. If you're having fun with it, it's definitely mine. If you lay it down, it's mine. If it's broken, guess what? It's yours. That's from the Joke Distribution Network. I love that. And that seems to be pretty much it. So we will go on. I love that. It's self-explanatory. So here we go. I'm turning the page. Seeing the big picture requires, number 1, perspective. People who lack perspective are like Lucy in the Peanuts comic strip by Charles Schulz. In one strip, while Lucy swings on the playground, Charlie Brown reads to her, it says here that the world revolves around the sun once a year. Lucy stops abruptly and responds, the world revolves around the sun? Are you sure? I thought it revolved around me. William B. Given, whenever you are too selfishly looking out for your own interest, you have only one person working for you, yourself. When you help a dozen other people with their problems, you have a dozen people working with you. Remember, too, everybody, they're not working for you. Change that to with you. So perspective is super important. And perspective sounds like perception, and all you people that believe perception is reality, I challenge you, it's not. Perception is perception. It's not reality. Perception is perception. Anyway, going on. Number 2, maturity. He shows a spring looking like it's winding inside, and then he has a spring looking like it's winding outside. So while the first half self is small, the second half self is large. The first half self winds inward. That's the spring winding inward, wrapping tighter and tighter around itself. The second half winds outward. So the arrow is going outward, unraveling itself from the paralysis of a tightly wound spring. The small self contains only who? That's right, you. It is basically alienated. It's alone. It's pathologically individualistic. The larger self is whole. Because that's whole, W-H-O-L-E, whole. Because it is bonded with something transcendent. Self-transcendence has legs. It goes the distance and completes the race. So we have perspective, we have maturity. The last one is responsibility. We're able to respond. You get to be responsible for your choice. So here's a recipe for a miserable life by Anonymous, who probably is also miserable. Here we go. Think about yourself. Talk about yourself. Use the letter I. So use I as often as possible. There'd also be a pronoun I. Anyway, mirror yourself continually in the opinion of others. Listen greedily to what other people say about you. Expect to be appreciated. Again, this is a recipe for a miserable life. Be suspicious. Be jealous and envious. Be sensitive to slights, S-L-I-G-H-T-S. Be sensitive to slights. Never forgive a criticism. Trust nobody but yourself. Insist on consideration and respect. Demand agreement with your own views on everything. Sulk if people are not grateful to you for favors shown them. Again, recipe for a miserable life. Never forget a service you may have rendered. Be on the lookout for a good time for yourself. Shirk your duties if you can. Do as little as possible for others. And then, of course, love yourself supremely. And then the final thing for the recipe for a miserable life, be selfish. Wow. Okay, that is totally, I can't think of a better recipe for a miserable life. So since you only have really one life to live, and as the soap opera's title says, one life to live, and others may disagree, they think there's many, many lives to live. Let's just say that let's have one life. And remember that the other people around you, they have one life. So don't cause misery in their life because you're miserable. Take responsibility for your feelings, for you being miserable or not miserable. I hope the big picture helps somebody. I love this book. This, again, is Winning with People. Big picture principle, number 6. The entire population of the world, with one minor exception, is composed of others. So as we always do, begin with the end in mind. Every choice you make is who you are, so choose wisely. Seek first to understand, then be understood. People are hurting. Ask them, how you doing? Understand how the other person feels. And then finally, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I care about you greatly. I hope life's treating you well. And thanks a lot for letting me be a small part of it. Share this with somebody. You know, we'd love to have your support. There's a small Venmo account. If you have $1 or $2, we'd appreciate it. We're going to keep this ministry, quote unquote, going. There are a lot of people that need help, including me. So let's help one another be better. God bless. Love you. Bye.